What's going on YouTube? South Texas Cannabis here with another video. I know I've been absent for the last few months. Hasn't really been much to talk about with Texas being in session. But now that that's over, we got a couple of things to talk about. So let's get into it. But first, message from our sponsors. Today's sponsor is actually my side project, Dollar Disco. If you guys are in the Houston area and you like dancing in the woods, why don't y'all follow us on Instagram at DollarDiscoHTX. I'll put it down in the description. It's a family-friendly rave we do at the Houston Arboretum. So if you're around, come check it out. It's a lot of fun. All right, now on to today's topic. So, this was a very promising year for cannabis law in Texas. Unfortunately, neither of the bills that passed through the House ended up making it to the Senate floor. And that would be because of one person, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, a longtime opponent of cannabis legalization. He has refused to include either cannabis bill into the Senate's agenda this year, basically killing both of the bills right where they stood. And this is hardly the first time that this has happened. Dan Patrick has a track record of letting cannabis bills die before they even reach the Senate. And many of these bills, if not all of these bills, always have bipartisan support from the House, meaning Democrats and Republicans alike overwhelmingly agree that Texas should have some sort of legalized cannabis program, much more than what we already have with the compassionate use program. Now, I know this is frustrating, and it may seem like Texas is going to be one of the last states that's going to legalize cannabis, but I promise you, if we keep fighting, if we keep pushing for this, then we're definitely going to come through. It's going to happen eventually. It's only a matter of time. So, what were the bills that we could have had if Dan Patrick hadn't blocked them from going to the Senate? The first one, House Bill 1805, would have expanded our compassionate use program to allow more people access to medical marijuana, including chronic pain, to the list of ailments that could have been treated. Also, it would have implemented a volumetric dose of 10 milligrams of THC, bringing it more into the industry standard that other states have implemented. Now, the other bill that was blocked was House Bill 218, and House Bill 218 was more about the legal side of things, and this bill would have decriminalized cannabis statewide up to 1 ounce, with no jail time and a Class C misdemeanor with a fine of up to $500. So that kind of just mirrors what some of the big municipalities have already done, like Austin, Houston, Dallas. All of those cities have some sort of decriminalization program. This would have just made that statewide. But again, unfortunately, it has been blocked, so this is not going to happen. On top of decriminalizing, it also would have made possession of up to 2 ounces not result in an arrest if it's the only violation of the law. So let's say, you got pulled over and they search you and they find some weed. You'll probably be fine. Probably. But again, because this didn't pass, none of this is happening. So you won't be fine. And lastly, House Bill 218 would have paved the way for people who have been charged with low-level cannabis offenses to get those off of their record very easily by just paying a small payment of $30. So these were, as you can tell, some really big bills that would have really helped us out a lot as Texans, bringing us closer to what some of the other states in the country have already been doing for several years. Unfortunately, neither of these bills will become law. It's obvious that Texans want medical marijuana, legal cannabis, but the sad reality is that with our political system, one man can affect the lives of all Texans by simply not letting something pass on the floor. I leave you with that. Thank you guys, and I'll see y'all on the next video.
I ain't never had